In the previous video, we converted the analog signal from this temperature sensor to digital using an ADC. We chose channel 0. Then the output of the ADC, we put it into a formula in order to determine the actual temperature. And then we displayed it on those 7 segments. This is the code we used. First, we chose channel 0 and AVCC as our reference voltage. That is 5 volts. Next, we chose 128 as our prescaler and also enabled the ADC. And then we began conversion. Then on this line, we waited for conversion to end or to complete. Until conversion completes, the code will be stuck here, meaning everything that's below this code will not be executed. So this is bad. It is called polling, and it is blocking. Normally, you don't want to write code like this. You want your code to be non-blocking, because if it's blocking, it is starving other tasks of the processing time. So in order to fix this, we are going to use ADC interrupts. And in order to enable an ADC interrupt, we have to set this bit here, bit number 3. Now let's go ahead and set bit number 3 inside this register. If we set bit number 3, here we will have F, because remember from the previous video, in order to choose a prescaler of 128, these 3 bits had to be all 1s. Now this bit will also be a 1. We have a F here, and then here we have 8. So instead of 8-7, we'll have 8F, and that will enable ADC interrupt. Now, we don't have to wait here for conversion to end. And we also don't need to clear the flag manually like this. What will happen is this. Conversion will begin. And then, immediately after that, these lines will be executed. When conversion completes, we will jump into the interrupt service routine. And we have to write the handle, that is the ADC. Now in here, we would like to read the ADC value. Instead of reading it in here, we are going to read it in here. Because the moment the execution jumps into this interrupt service routine, then we know that conversion has completed. Therefore, this value is ready to be read. The value inside this register, it is ready to be read. Now we read the value, and then the program will jump back into the main function and continue to execute from where it has left off. And then it will update this. It will recalculate this and then determine the temperature at that moment. So this code is better than the previous one because it is non-blocking. There's nowhere in the code where we have to wait. Therefore, these lines of code or these other tasks are not being starved of the processing time. Since we are using an interrupt, we have to enable global interrupts by calling this function. And you have to make sure that you have included this header file. Now I can go ahead and build, run the simulation. As you can see, it's behaving exactly as before. The difference is the code, it is non-blocking. All right, thank you and see you in the next video.